Hello, we are in the neonatal jaundice month, so we just spend some few time to talk briefly about neonatal jaundice. So when we talk about neonatal jaundice, it's just very simple: yellowish discoloration of the eyes or the mucosa membranes, usually that, and then it has a lot of causes. We have the physiological and then the pathological. I don't want to go into that. So let's just go into the causes. One of the common cause of neonatal jaundice is breastfeeding jaundice. So if you give birth and then you don't give your child enough breast milk, your child can get jaundice. Now aside that, there are some blood group incompatibilities that we have to also look at it as well. So let's take the blood group. So if you have a mother whose blood group is O, and then you give birth to a child whose blood group is either A or B, the child stands a chance of getting neonatal jaundice, at a risk of getting neonatal jaundice. And so in those children, you have to be on a high alert in detecting the neonatal jaundice. That's one. Then number two, the resource incompatibility. Basically, if you have a mother whose blood group is negative, say O negative, B negative, A negative, AB negative, and then you have a father whose blood group is positive, being it in any of the blood group being positive, the child has a risk of getting neonatal jaundice because of the resource incompatibility if the child's blood group is also positive as well. But if the child's blood group is negative, then that's fine. So we have instances, these are some of the two instances that a child can get neonatal jaundice. Another one is the G6PD defect. So it's so important that in the maternal and child records book, the ANC lab includes the G6PD. So the G6PD helps to know whether the mother is full defect or partial defect. And then it's important to know this because G6PD is one of the causes of neonatal jaundice. So if you're able to detect that the mother has G6PD, either full defect or partial defect, you are on a high alert for children who are male. Units who are male have a higher risk of getting the G6PD from mothers who are either full defect or partial defect. Notwithstanding, you can have actually female neonates who also have um, neonatal jaundice from G6PD, but theirs is most of the time G6PD full defect, getting one defect from the mother and then the other defect from the father. Aside that one, mother can also transmit hepatitis B infection to the child. That's why it's so important that you go through all the labs during your ANC visit. Basically, these are some of the causes. I mean, you can have other infections in children that is causing the neonatal jaundice as well. And so that is it. And even during pregnancy, if the mother has urinary tract infection or any other infection at all, it can also precipitate the child to have neonatal jaundice as well. So fast forward, we can talk about some of the treatment modalities. Very simple. If the child is jaundiced, we take the blood level to check the bilirubin level. If it's at the level where we have to give the child phototherapy, we put the child under blue light to help clear the jaundice. And then the most common thing that we also do is the breastfeeding. It also helps to clear jaundice as well. And when it's very severe, that the bilirubin crosses the blood brain level barrier to the brain, which causes a severe effect of the um, bilirubin, which is called the bilirubin induced neurological defect, shortened as bind. Then we have to do what we call the exchange blood transfusion. Yeah, so basically that's it. Neonatal jaundice can be severe, and if not treated promptly, it can result in mortality or even long-term consequences of child having cerebral palsy. So it's very much preventable and it's very much treated. So let's try as much as possible to do the necessary labs in order to act fast to prevent it from happening. And if it happens, it needs to be detected early in order to treat it as well. Thank you.